Hello, children. Today's topic is story writing. Children, do you like or love to read or listen to a story? I'm sure you do. Everybody loves to read or listen to a story. It is one of the most popular and the oldest forms of entertainment and of written composition. But writing an interesting story is not an easy task. A good story has to be interesting enough to hold the reader's attention. This year, you will be given an outline of the story, which means you will be given the main points. And using these main points, you have to create a story or you have to write a story. So, there are some things that you need to remember when you're writing a story. What are those things? First, if an outline is given, read it carefully. Do not omit any points. So when you're writing a story, first you have to read the outline which is given to you. Read it carefully, understand what it says. And when you are writing the story, you should not leave out any points. Whatever points are given in the story, you have to take it in the story writing as well. Think over the outline and frame the story in your mind before you start writing it down. You should try to frame the story in your mind. Arrange the events in order, one after the other. So whatever is given in the outline, the way it is arranged in the outline. For example, if the outline tells you that first the ant fell in the water and then the dove was shot by the hunter. So when you are writing the story, you cannot write first that the dove was shot by the hunter and then after that you mention that the ant fell in the water. This is not correct. Follow the order which is given in the outline. Write in simple and easy language. No need to use difficult language, difficult words. Use simple words, use simple language. Develop the main points in the past tense, even if the outline is provided in the present tense. So, it doesn't matter in which tense the outline is given to you. When you are writing, you will use only past tense. Remember, every story has a beginning, middle, and ending. If there is a conversation involved between individuals, the direct speech may be used. So, when you're writing the story, you can add dialogues. When you add dialogues, it gives it a real feel. So, the characters of the story, you can show them talking to each other. Stories can be made humorous and try to provide an ending with a value. Give your story a title. So you have to give a suitable title. This title you can relate it to the main character, to the object or incident in the story. Or you can also use a proverb or an old saying. Now every story teaches a lesson or a moral. The meaning of this should be clear in the story. The conclusion of the story is very important, children. The whole story should be built to lead up to it. Avoid merely copying just the outline. Okay, so don't copy whatever is given in the outline. Frame the story in such a way that you not only use the outline or the points given in the outline, give a little background information. Use your imagination to build the story. Now, this is an example of story writing. Here you see one outline is given and on the basis of the outline the story is created. Robert Bruce, King of Scotland. He wants to free his country from the English rule. Defeated in battle, seeks shelter in a cave. Sees a spider in the cave. Spider climbing up the walls. Falls down several times. Tries again and again. At last it succeeds. The king learns a lesson. So this is the outline. Now let us see how the story is drafted. King Bruce and the Spider. Children, you see the first thing that they have given is a title. Robert Bruce was the King of Scotland. He wanted to free his country from the English rule. He fought many battles against the English but was defeated several times. Now, here in the first two lines, we see that they are talking about Robert Bruce. Okay, and they are also saying that he wants to free his country from the English. And here they have added that he has fought many battles against the English but was defeated several times. So this part they have added to give a little background. Let's continue reading. After one such defeat, he was pursued by the enemy and in desperation he took shelter in a cave. The king was saddened by the situation and did not know what to do next. So if you see this last line here, they are giving what is the mental condition of the king at this point of time. As he sat there, feeling dejected, he saw a spider fall down from its web. The king observed the movements of the little creature. The spider began to climb up to its web again. The distance was long and the thread was fine. The spider fell repeatedly, but that little insect did not give up hope. He tried again and again, reaching a little higher with each try. At last, after innumerable efforts, the little spider reached its home. Robert Bruce's heart was filled with hope. He stood up and said, "If a little spider can succeed after failing several times, why can't I?" He made up his mind to wage a battle against the English once again. He went back to his country, worked hard and rebuilt his army. Once again he fought the English with renewed strength. This time he was successful and won a glorious victory by getting his country free. Moral: try till you succeed. So here children will see how all the points in the outline has been used. And using the points, the story has been developed. A little background has been given. They have mentioned the mental condition of the king. They have added a dialogue in the story. Yes, so instead of just copying whatever is there in the outline, they have tried to frame the story, giving a little background, giving information about the mental condition of the king. They have added a moral, they have added a title. Okay, so you see how the story has been framed. They have tried to make it natural and interesting. Let us see another example. Fox walking in jungle, hot day. Fox thirsty, long tiring walk. Pond with little water, tries to reach, slips and falls, drinks water. Bank too high, can't climb up. Goat passes. Fox tricks goat into believing water is sweet. Foolish goat jumps in. Fox uses goat as step to get out of the pond, leaving the goat in the lit up jungle. So this was the outline. Now let us look at the story. The clever fox. A fox was walking leisurely in a jungle. It was a hot day. It felt very thirsty and was desperately searching for water. So here we see how they are using adverbs, adjectives to describe the walk of the fox, to describe the day, and what he was searching for, what was his mental condition, all that they're trying to give by using interesting adjectives and adverbs. After some time, it came to a pond with little water at the bottom. The fox was happy. Standing at the edge of the pond, he tried to reach the water. But the water level was way down and he slipped and fell into the pond. The fox drank till his thirst was quenched. But once that was done, he realized that the bank was too high for him to climb up. So he began to get worried. After quite some time, the fox saw a goat coming his way. Immediately he got a clever idea. He called out to the goat saying, "My dear friend, are you thirsty? You must come and taste the sweet water then." The innocent goat did not suspect a trick and responded saying that he was indeed tired and thirsty. Thanking the fox for the invitation, he jumped into the pond to drink water. The fox waited till the goat had drunk all the water he wanted. He then asked the goat to stand near the wall of the embankment, and the moment the goat did that, the fox used him as a step-ladder to climb out of the pond. Before the goat could understand what was happening, the fox ran away from there, leaving the poor goat to his plight. And here we see how the outline of the story has been used and it has been developed to write the story. Here we see how dialogues are added, how the fox is talking, how he tricked the goat. So instead of just copying the outline, your adjectives, adverbs are used to describe what is happening. And the entire story is concluded. How it is concluded? An ending is given, a final ending is given. The whole story is completed, it is not left incomplete. Okay? And we also see that a title is given, The Clever Fox. So when you are writing a story, you have to keep all these things in your mind. Write a story on the basis of the outline given below. Ant and the Dove. Here the title is already given, so we don't need to give the title, or we don't have to create a title. We can use the same one, Ant and the Dove. Also, if you see in the question, they have not told us to write a moral. So it is okay if the question says write a moral, then you have to give a moral. But in this case, since they are not asking for a moral, it is not necessary for you to write a moral of the story. But it is good if you write one. Let us read the outline now. An ant falls into a pond, struggles to reach the land, can't. Dove on a tree, drops a leaf into the pond. Ant climbs on the leaf, saved. Time passes. Hunter takes aim at the dove. Ant bites the hunter. He misses his aim. Dove is saved. Now, let's read the story. Ant and the Dove. Once upon a time, in a jungle, an ant was searching for some water. After searching for some time, he finally found a pond. However, while trying to drink water, the ant slipped and fell into the pond. She started shouting for help. Help me, I'm drowning. Just then a dove, sitting on a branch of tree, saw the ant drowning. He said to himself, I have to help the ant. So he quickly plucked a leaf and dropped it into the pond near the ant. The ant quickly climbed up on the leaf and was saved from drowning. She looked up the tree and thanked the dove. A few weeks later, a hunter came to the jungle. The hunter saw the dove sitting on a tree. The hunter aimed at the dove. The ant saw him and realized that the dove was in danger. The ant quickly went towards the hunter and bit him on his foot. Feeling the pain, the hunter dropped the gun and screamed loudly, Ouch! Something bit me. The hunter missed his aim and the dove quickly flew away to safety. Moral: one good turn deserves another. So children, here we see first dialogues are added. The ant is speaking, right? The dove is speaking to himself. The hunter also speaks. Here in the outline it is mentioned time passes. So in the outline what they have said that the ant was saved on one day and after some time one hunter comes. So that is why in the second paragraph we have mentioned a few weeks later because we have to show this passing of time. Okay, so here we have not said that on the same day the hunter came to the jungle and he tried to shoot the dove. Here specifically we said that after a few weeks a hunter comes to the jungle. Okay. So children, here we have used all the points which are given in the outline to make the story. And we have also added some things so that the story makes complete sense. If you look at the last line in the first paragraph, she looked up the tree and thanked the dove. Now, this was not given in the outline, but we have added it so that the story becomes a little bit more interesting. It makes a little bit more sense. Okay? So, I hope you have understood how to write a story. With this, we finish explanation for story writing. Thank you for listening. Goodbye and take care.